Hello, this is Roy from Tesla Owners US, and today I'm all in flames for another car for you, because this is the Chevy Bolt, and I'm gonna do a very long introduction for this. No, the introduction is closing now, and I'm gonna tell you in a long test after that what all I do with this car. It is one of...
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Yeah guys, why is that the case? Because I'm here for a couple of weeks in Boston. So I rented the car, and I wanted to rent a car what I didn't have driven before, which is that Chevy Bolt. And you probably heard about, that's why I said in the introduction, I'm all in flame for that car went into fire sometimes. And they also recommended, when I got that car, only charge it up to 80%. Yeah, because when you charge it up higher, yeah, then probably that's the same problem. I guess what Tesla one time had, when customers charged up their car too much to the maximum and left it staying there at high temperatures. So that's why I'm gonna check that as well and check that car out, how it drives. I drove a couple of miles with this already, and it's not that bad. So, but I give you a better introduction sooner when I'm driving, and what are these little pitfalls are when driving with the Chevy Bolt. Yeah, hello guys. Now I'm sitting here in that Chevy Bolt, and there is a couple of things what I maybe like or maybe don't like, but let's go through that. So, pretty normal here on the operations. That is probably for regular cars, is the steering wheel with a whole bunch of control buttons, a speak button here, a telephone hang up button, then favorite up and down button, lane, probably the lane assistant, I didn't even try that, heating of the steering wheel, then there's all cruise control and distance, then there are two levels here. I think this is light, and I think it's on auto light here, and then there's yeah, that's all like pretty normal. And when you come in, the car turns on, and then there are some more operations here on. Let me turn it on again, so I'm parking right now, and then turn the car on. There's an extra on button here as well, what you have to press, I think, and then you have to press the brake button as well to shift. It comes in with radio, energy, and then here forward, backwards, then loud or non-loud. That means the volume control, the AC heat on that screen. But you can also type it. You can also turn it on here, but you cannot turn it off. And then this is where the air goes, and the rear and front defogging, and so on. The sport mode the car does also have, and then probably something around, what is that, anti, and what the heck, I didn't even try all of that. And then it has here CarPlay or Google Car, probably something like that, an extra parking brake. It has a, what is this here, it has an extra shelf here. All around here, this looks a little pretty nice, but it's all around plastic, and this is rubberized plastic. The functions are really normal. Now I have 3/4 showing 205 miles range, and Yeah, and then there are more buttons on the top side. Is I'm not that favor of the button. And then there's one special button what I try to figure out now for myself without reading it. So I try to do this car without reading it. So without reading any of them here, what means what. It should all be intuitive. So, and then there is this special button here. This is like Formula One. When you press this, is actually regenerative braking kicks in, and not the brake what you operate there. It's probably like the most of the cars, you press the brake, it does regen, and if you press it more, the brake steps in for that one, which I really don't like. The regen is here very low. So if you foot off the pedal, then it's more coasting, is hardly regenning. Yeah, what else? All of the other things are pretty standard. This one already broke. Here is not so perfect. And it drives pretty good. It has that sound. What I also don't like, sorry, but it is mandatory. I would have turned that sound off, because that's why I drive electric cars, because it's quiet. And I don't need an extra sound, even not with 8 miles per hour. I'm watching, is somebody stepping on the street and not supposed to, I can use my horn for that. And yeah, what else is here? There's something down here. There's a cigarette lighter and an extra shelf. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of knobs and buttons and stuff and so on. And yeah, it drives okay, but by basically that's little explanations in what it is. So yeah, and the air controls here, it's also pretty standard as well. I just accidentally pressed on the heating steering wheel this morning, and the steering wheel really actually started to heat. So let's give you also some driving experience. Yeah, good morning. So the next one is some driving impressions. So regular start on the operator there with this little button on the side to put it in drive, and then there is a load drive as well. And then you just release the brake and it creeps forward. That's very standard. And then we can start from here. And then if you hear this little whining sound, that is actually the driving sound. I think it's up to 15 miles per hour. There's a law here in the US that you have to have a driving sound, which I think does not make much sense, but because I see who is on the road, and if someone's stepping in front of me, I'm watching who's around me. But yeah, that's it, to simulate a driving. So it is regular, let me see, it's a regular suspension. It's a little rough, I would think. The suspension is not a soft suspension, and interesting to drive. That's funny. So you can press that button on a sport mode, and then the car really accelerates. Tough. And it's good for driving on ramp when you're driving on the highway. So, but this button is really fun. And I used it sometimes. And it basically, you press the sport button and it goes in sport mode. And even there's a little squeaking on the tires. In the front, there's this front wheel drive, that car. And it moves smooth forward. Well, like you'd be used to from an electric car. And then this button is for regenerative braking. Actually, you press that in and it starts braking. So I drove the car now for a couple of days, and it's really nothing to complain about. And I can use that button here on the left side in order to really stop the car. But usually I don't drive it in sport mode. yeah. So when you go on a highway, I tried that lane assist. That's now turned on. And let's see what's coming out of that. I think it was not so proper nice lane assist as you would used to. So now we're going on a highway. Little smooth. Turn the sport button on. And then I really can quick, now can I do that? The camera will fall off the dash. Get quick accelerate. But that's fun, a sport mode. And you just being, it's surprising some people at the traffic light when you turn sport mode on or you're on the on ramp that you can quick accelerate. And then here in Massachusetts it's so that you can use all the way the right lane. It's usually the emergency lane, so there are people passing me on the right. So between a certain time of the day, in order to gain more lanes. And so let me put the set mode on at 65. I think this lane assist is more lame assist as lane assist. Yeah, it's probably prevent you from deviating from the lanes itself. No. It does not do any steering or something. I don't think that's much helpful. But otherwise it drives smoothly. So we're going to come back for some more impressions later. Hello, this is the end of the tour for the first impression of the Chevy Bolt. I will do another tour with more impressions here of the Chevy Bolt. This is quite a decent drive. And probably also not expensive. We get some more data for what the car can do. And nothing to complain. A pretty much decent ride for an electric car. Hey, this was all from the In Flames Chevy Bolt from Tesla owners US. And thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Talk to you the next time. Bye bye.